What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into NXT No Mercy for September the 30th, 2023. A very decent, solid premium live event. It was decent. It was very, very decent. I ain't gonna hold you guys up. It was decent. Especially the last two matches. They were tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. So, I'm going to go over the pre-show first real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get right into the main card. So, I didn't think they were going to have a pre-show match, but they did. I didn't watch it, but it was Blair Davenport versus Kalani Jordan. So, Blair Davenport gets the win via the Falcon Arrow. And post-match, Gigi Dolan, she attacked Blair Davenport from behind. And then she started brawling with Davenport. And then Gigi was restrained by referees. So we're going to have Blair Davenport versus Gigi Dolan on NXT this Tuesday. So that should be fun there. So I do like that. Again, I still feel bad for Kalani Jordan with Dana Brooke being released. So that does suck. But we wish Dana Brooke all the best of luck in her future endeavors. She'll probably end up in Impact. Where did they go with Kalani Jordan going forward? I have no idea. I don't know. All right. First match of the night for NXT No Mercy. Bron Breakker versus Baron Corbin. So Bron, he came out with an entrance with a black dog head over his face and everything else. And then Baron Corbin, he came out riding a nice little Harley, which is pretty cool. So that was great there. Before the match even took place, Breakker, he does a somersault plunger over the top rope, taking Corbin out. Bron and Baron have a 3 or 4 minute brawl scene. They brawl through the crowd and everything else and all that. That was pretty cool there. And then finally they get into the ring. So Baron Corbin gets the win via the end of days. Also, Bron busted out a spear in the match. It was on the outside. Baron Corbin did a running senton through the announce table, but Bron ducked out of it. And so Baron Corbin crashed and burned. So for about 30 or 40 seconds, we couldn't hear what they were saying on commentary. And I thought it was something that may have happened on my end with Peacock or whatever. But thankfully, it was on WWE's end. So not too bad there. And then also, I think Baron Corbin powerbombed Bron Breakker he chokeslammed Bron Breakker to the announce table, which was cool. So I dug that. And then out of nowhere, Robert Stone, he shows up. And Bron Breakker sends Robert Stone crashing into the security team on the outside. And then that allows for Corbin to connect with the end of days for the 1, 2, 3. So I'm not too excited about that. I'm not. It sucks that Bron lost. Bron should have won. Again, I don't see the point of Baron Corbin going over. I still don't understand what burn the ships mean. I have no idea what that even means. I don't know what that's a reference to. I kind of want to look into it, but I kind of don't, if we're being honest. But they'll probably run this back again, maybe at Halloween Havoc, which is going to be a 2-week TV special, which was announced on commentary. So I guess that's what they'll do. But again, Bron Breakker deserves better. You know, him feuding with Baron Corbin, not a good damn look. Not in my opinion. No. But this was okay. The crowd was into it. And I was kind of into it as well. But this going on first, I wouldn't have done this, if we're being honest. I was thinking that they were going to put the Fatal 4-Way on first. The Fatal 4-Way tag team match on first. But that didn't happen. So, moving on, this leads us into Dominic Mysterio versus Trick Williams for the NXT North American Championship, with Dragon Lee being the special guest referee. This match was good. I love this match. This match was solid. So at first, like 3 or 4 minutes into the match, Dom started to attack Dragon Lee, and then he's out for a second, that being Dragon Lee. Then another referee slides in, and Trick hits the trick kick or whatever. Dom kicks out, and then towards the end of the match, Dom goes for the frog splash, but Trick Williams, he ducks out of the way. And then Dom attempts to grab the North American Championship, and out of nowhere, Trick hits the running pump knee for the 1, 2, 3, and new champion, Trick Williams. This was great. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, because Dom, he had attacked the other referee that came in to referee the match while Dragon Lee was out. And then he took him out, and then Dragon Lee came back too. And, you know, Trick won via the running pump knee for the 1, 2, 3. That place went insane. That was great. And I love Trick Williams' theme song. Whoop that Trick. Whoop that Trick. Yeah. And Booker T on commentary is like, I like it. Yeah. Yeah. I love Booker T on commentary. Booker T is so good on commentary. I know it's not some people's cup of tea, but Booker T is damn good on commentary. I swear, I'm not gonna hold you guys up. He has me laughing at least once or twice during an episode of NXT. He's always so funny. I love it. I love it. Him and Vic Joseph are a very good commentary team. I know people don't like them, but they are good. You know, Vic Joseph is pretty decent in the commentary aspect of it. Same with Booker T. He's not a more of an ally, that being Vic Joseph, but Vic Joseph is pretty solid. He's decent. I like him. I really do. I like him. So I'm glad that Trick won. This was great. He's finally coming to his own, and Trick's gonna be a star. He is gonna be a star, and he has finally been made into a star by capturing the NXT North American Championship. This is great. This is absolutely great. A great feel-good moment. Really good stuff. So, moving on. So, we get I'll talk about the Brian Pillman Jr. vignette when we get to it. But Joe Gacy, he's backstage. This happened last week on NXT. So we're showing a clip of that. So Joe Gacy tells Ava Raine to leave because the schism is dead. Joe Gacy says he needs to find his own purpose. And I don't know what that is. Joe Gacy, he hasn't had the best of luck for the past year. And he hasn't really been used all that much, really. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with him. Honestly, I'd put him on the main roster. I really would. I'd put him on the main roster and try to have him have his own faction of some sorts. That would work with like a 3-person, faction, a trio. I don't know who he could team up with, but I'd like to see him in a faction. But he was the guy in NXT 2.0 that I liked. I know a lot of people didn't like him, but I've always kind of liked Joe Gacy. I have. He's great. Really good stuff. Moving on. We get a Brian Pillman Jr. vignette, which was great. So, a television is turned on. It's blank at first. Then it goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. Then we fast forward to like the Bloodline and other main roster talent. And then that was it. So I do like that. I was thinking he was going to make his debut tonight, but it's not to be the case. So he probably will debut soon. We'll probably get maybe a couple more weeks of vignettes from him, and then we will see Brian Pillman Jr. Can't fucking wait. I hope that they use him right. I think Shawn Michaels will. I have complete faith in Shawn Michaels. I think he will definitely use Brian Pillman Jr. to the best of his ability. I really do. WWE, they've always treated their second generation stars very well, for the most part. They have. Moving on, so this leads us into the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Tony D and Stax versus the Creed Brothers versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, a.k.a. Los Lotharios, versus Out the Mud, which is Bronco Nima and Lucian Price. So this was a decent little match here. There was one point in the match where Julius, he started superplexing basically everybody in the match. He did like a double overhead Northern Light suplex. I forgot who he did it to. I want to say Los Lotharios. And then there was one point in the match where Brutus held in the ankle lock for a while. I thought that Garza was going to tap, but thankfully he didn't. It was broken up. Tony D, he got taken out early on. His knee gave out early on in the match. Then there was one point in the match where there was a quadruple superplex spot from all four corners of the ring. That was tremendous. That was great. I was like, holy shit. That was great. Absolutely tremendous right there. And then towards the end of the match, Tony D comes down. Because Dax was about to lose. He comes down. He's being restrained. And then he headbutts one of the trainers. I think it was Joey Mercury who got headbutted. So then Tony D comes back into play. And then Brutus, he does a Brutus ball on the outside, taking out everybody in the match except for Tony D and Stax. So the family, they get back into the ring, and then they do the bada boom, bada bing to one of the members of Out the Mud for the 1, 2, 3. So that was great there. I enjoyed that. That was really good. I'm not really a big fan of Fatal 4-Ways when it comes to, those type of matches, but it was okay for the most part, if we're being honest. I thought it was good. What do they do going forward with Tony D and Stax? I don't know. They probably are going to do individual feuds with each and every one of the teams involved. Booker T was funny on commentary again. When Vic Joseph asked, he says, what does Out the Mud mean? Booker T is like, it's like being in one of those deluxe apartments in the sky. It's basically, you're out the hood. You're a little bit better out the hood. Booker T had me rolling when he said that shit. When he said that shit, I laughed my ass off. It was hilarious. Next, a downer was Noam Dar versus Butch. So Tyler Bate was in the corner of Butch. Again, I'm not a big fan of this NXT Heritage Cup Championship. I'm just not. I really don't care about it. It's kind of boring. So basically, Noam Dar, he got the first fall. I believe we go into the third round, and that's when Butch hits the bitter end for the 1, 2, 3. We get tied up at 1-1. And then basically towards the end of the match, out come from the ether, that being Gallus. So Joe Coffey, Wolfgang, and Mark Coffey. So they beat down Tyler Bate and everything. And then this allows for Joe Coffey to come into the ring. He hits Butch with the all best for the bells. And then Noam Dar pinned Butch for the 1, 2, 3. And so he's still the NXT Heritage Cup champion. So he wins 2-1. So I really wasn't into this match. It was just more of a downer. I didn't really care about the tournament, for being honest. That tournament fucking sucked. I don't like when they do tournaments like that. It's stupid. Like, again, I like Noam Dar. He's okay. He's a pretty good little personality and character. But he's been there for forever, too. He's been there since, I want to say, 2016. It's been insane that he survived in WWE that long. That is insane. He's been there. No, he may have been there, I want to say, since 2015, I want to say. I believe him and Mustafa Ali came into WWE at the same time. Wow, that's insane. So he's been there for at least 8 years. Damn. But Noam Dar retained. He's still champion. Next, NXT's final pay-per-view of the year is going to be on December 9th, taking place. And it's going to be NXT Deadline again. So that's great. So we're going to get the Iron Survivor matches for the men and women. That's great. That is excellent. I love that. We're going to get that on December 9th. So we got quite a bit of time to build for that. So they'll probably build for that after the Halloween Havoc specials. And we're moving on. Oh my God. Carmelo Hayes versus Ilja Dragunov for the NXT Championship. The match was fucking lit. Both guys brought it. Oh my God. This right here was the men's match of the night. This was one of the matches of the night for me. This match was absolutely tremendous. This blew their first match out of the water. Oh my God, this thing was so damn good. So many good spots in the match. There was chops everywhere. Both guys brought it. So there was one point in the match where Dragunov tried to hit the H-bomb. He does. Carmelo kicks out of it at 2. He does it again. Carmelo kicks out again. And then towards the end of the match, Carmelo tries to go for the nothing but net. But Dragunov counters with a lariat. And then Dragunov hits a super H-bomb again for the 1, 2, 3. And new NXT champion, Ilja Dragunov. Oh my God. This was fucking tremendous. I implore you guys to go back and watch this match. I implore you to go back and watch it. This match is definitely match of the year candidate. Like, this should be in like your top 10, top 20 match of the year candidates. Like, it should be at least in your top 10. This thing was tremendous. Tremendous. Post-match, both Ilja and Carmelo embrace, and Ilja was still into it. You know, he was still, shaking and everything. He was still on, like, 25. I mean, Ilja is tremendous. Tremendous. So, I'm guessing Carmelo is going to the main roster for sure. I predicted that Carmelo would lose. I did. I was thinking he was going to lose via Trick Williams, but they didn't go that route, and he lost clean. So there's not going to be a rematch at all. Like, he lost clean. So yeah, that was a shocker. But man, that match was tremendous. Go back and watch that match. So moving on. So there's going to be another women's NXT Breakout Tournament, which is going to feature Lola Vice, Jakara Jackson, Kalani Jordan, Danny Palmer, Ariana Grace, Cameron Petrovic, Jada Parker, Izzy Dame. So that's pretty cool there. And it begins this Tuesday on NXT. So that's cool. And then the main event. Becky Lynch versus Stratton in an Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship. This match was great as well. This match was tremendous. Becky Lynch has been knocking it out of the park as of late. She's been doing tremendous. So there were steel chair shots everywhere. There was one point in the match where Tiffaney had on brass knuckles when she made her entrance in the ring. So Becky, she makes her entrance to an extent. Then she goes back, pulls out her weapons. There was one point in the match where Timmy Stratton went for a moonsault through a swanton through one of the tables. It didn't break. And then she did a swanton on the announce table and it broke. So that was great there. One point in the match where Tiffany did a cartwheel senton, taking out Becky through the barricade. That got a holy shit chant. That was great there. It was just really good spots in the match. Becky, towards the end of the match, she left to go get a fire extinguisher. So she blinded Tiffany with that. And then Tiffany Stratton attempted to go for the prettiest moonsault ever. So Becky ducked out the way, and then Becky hits the manhandle slam on a pile of chairs for the 1, 2, 3. And that was the match. So great stuff there. I enjoyed it. Tiffany Stratton definitely is going to go to the main roster. She seems like she's main roster ready. She's been picking this up quite well. She's going to be a natural on the main roster. It's just Triple H has got to play more into her character and everything else. She's not the best promo, but she'll get there. But she's lost to Becky not once, but twice. Clean both times. So she's not going to challenge Becky for a third time. So Tiffany Stratton is going to go to the main roster. And the main roster just instantly got better because Tiffany Stratton is the future. She is the damn future. So kudos to both Becky and Tiffany Stratton. And before the show actually ended, we're in the locker room of Carmelo Hayes. And he is having a nice embrace with Trick Williams in the locker room. So Carmelo apologizes for losing the NXT Championship. Trick Williams says that Carmelo Hayes doesn't have to apologize for anything because he's still him. And then both of them embrace, and then the show goes out the air. I forgot to mention during Carmelo Hayes' match, he did the entrance where it had all of the jerseys up there, like Wesley, Bron Breakker, Noam Dar, and other people that he's beat. He had Ilja up there twice, so that was pretty cool there. So this to me seems like Carmelo is done, basically. I expect him to show up on Friday on SmackDown and be started with the Bobby Lashley Street Profits storyline along with the LWO. So I do see him probably, making an appearance that way and being instantly inserted into that storyline right there. But that's where Carmelo is going to be used best at, is on the main roster on SmackDown. I think he'll get a big push. So, all in all, NXT No Mercy was decent for the most part. The last two matches were absolutely amazing. Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin was okay. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match was decent. The only downside of the show was the Noam Dar Butch match. That was it. Other than that, everything else on the show was decent. But what did you guys think? Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.